On this episode, I had a chance to sit down with GeneDotCom, one of the OGs of the city. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at GeneDotCom.
At the station, it's not that many distractions. When you're home, you got the TV going, which is helpful for content while you're on the air recording from home. But, you know, it's a distraction. You get up, you're going to get water, you're going to get drink, you're going to get this. I used to fire the hookah up.
Yeah.
You know, and then before long, it's like, I'm not on the sofa. Oh, shoot, I still got to finish my show. Go to the station, it ain't that. There ain't no distractions, ain't no nothing. You just get in there and it's boom, 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 boom.
I always thought, like, do y'all have, like, assistants there, like, keeping you on track on time of what's going on? Or?
Nah. So letting you in behind the curtain, like, you know, the Wizard of Oz, you know, wanting to see the wizard behind the curtain. So the way the system is set up, the computer, the program that is used keeps the time.
Gotcha.
It keeps the time.
The artificial intelligence, huh?
Artificial intelligence keeps the time. So when we're doing our breaks, we know the time that we're going to do the break. Because you have, you know, stop sets with commercials in it and this, that, and the third. So coming out of that stop set, you can look and see what time that break is going to be, which gives us the advantages to say, you know, in 15 minutes, the 8 o'clock hour stares us in the face, right?
When you at home, man, you got that 15, you got that break, you got to hurry up, do what you got to do, make your plate, you know what I'm saying?
At home, nah, definitely. At home, shoot, you trying to stack so many breaks in so you can go fix that plate and do all that. And that was another thing, too. Like, when I was, you know, working, doing my show from home, you're so relaxed until, you know, it's like you're not as focused as you could be.
Yeah.
Because you're so relaxed. So for me, like, I definitely see a difference now that I'm majority doing my show at the station. Yeah. I see the difference in energy. I see the difference in just the conversations that I'm having with the listener. It's, you know, just a way of just homing the craft, but I know what's best for me. Like, when after I graduated high school, I did like a year and a half of college here in the city.
Yeah.
And like, this was before online. This is before any of that. So I ended up getting out because I had a son. So I started going into the workforce. And then I decided, you know what? I want to go back to school.
Yeah.
Right?
Was journalism your...
Journalism was my target. It was my target initially. Believe it or not, like, I never, you know, received my degree or anything. I never finished college.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Nah, never finished college.
Yo, but these stands, you got to tighten them up because they definitely don't slide down.
Yeah. I see
Our
see
first
that.
episode was called Trial and Error. We was like learning everything.
Learning everything together. Okay. I think we good here. So, what I was saying was, when I decided to take a couple of more courses at that time, you know, online was available. And I was like, nah, I can't take this online. I need to be in the class.
Yes.
And that's what I did, man. And I found it to be I'm more productive when I'm in the actual setting.
Yeah.
Because when you're home, that's not the natural setting for doing a radio show.
Gotcha. You meet more people, you touch more, you know.
Right. When when you're in the station and doing that. But radio has been a journey. I think I might be the only one that was brought into it unconventionally, meaning like I never filled out an application first.
See, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, you said you didn't go to school. I know they tight on that. Like, if you ain't got no college, nothing, we ain't letting you in the door, even now.
Yeah. But, you know, with radio, you need a personality that connects to the audience.
Okay.
It's nothing degree that could teach you that.
But you ain't turned like that. Like, you ain't got no, like, you know how a lot of these DJs, they like in your face. You more like a people's person. Like, you got that people's energy to where you don't gotta be with that distinct voice or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like I never really cared for my voice.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the best. You know, I hear some guys like pioneers that I sit on their shoulders because of the generation that I'm in. I'm talking about people in the likeness of a Joe Bullock, who's the voice of the 100, but Joe's footprint is very large in the music business as far as record companies, an announcer, host, any facet of entertainer. You look at guys like a TJ Stafford, guys like a Naeem Rashid. They have those voices that are so significant.
Yeah.
That when you hear them, you know exactly who they are. I don't think I got that voice.
You got a voice, but I'm just saying it ain't like, you don't need it though. I feel like you don't need that distinct voice. Like that DJ voice. I guess I can say it that way. Not a more like a radio host voice, but like that DJ voice.
No, I salute that. I appreciate that. Like I never really even thought about like my voice, like back in the day. So, you know, long before all of this technology that we're able to embrace right now. Mm-hmm. But I remember being able to record my voice on what they called a tape recorder.
I know what that is, man.
Yeah, well, see, I don't know. You know, I don't know at when you bless the universe and getting in here. So
okay.
I don't want to assume, but you know, the tape recorder, you would sit in front of it and talk and this, and you had the cassette tape, and I would do that sometime. And then I remember I wanted to be a rapper. In the 6th grade, we were mimicking Run DMC. Ironically, there was a gentleman, and I don't know where he is, but his name was Sherd Myrick. And actually, we live not too far from where we're shooting this right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I grew up when my stepfather was in the military. Mm-hmm. So he did a term in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then when he and my mom moved back, I moved on this side of town, which is we're currently in the Arlington area, Duval. If you remember where Plush was, we're sitting in a studio in the plaza right now as I'm speaking. But across the street, it was a Lil Champ, and then there was some apartments on one side, and then you had some townhomes on the other side. I can take you right across the street right now to 1121 Caliente Drive.
Okay.
That was my street.
Okay.
And I went to Arlington Elementary, which is this school right here.
Wow.
Right. So, like I said, in those times, it was the tape recorder.
Yeah. You bought a Lil Champ, man. I ain't see one of those in a while.
Listen, Lil Champ was right. Lil Champ was right over there, man. It was this area has changed, and I can already see with just the construction that's going on here. Gentrification is already here.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen the plans for it.
It's already here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. It's getting ready to be like, this is going to look totally different. Mm-hmm. It is.
They got that downtown. They're working that for a reason. You know, I already know they had a plan for that.
Yeah.
We're going to do this.
We're going to do this. We're going to keep moving.
Yeah. Man, if y'all don't know, man, right now, we're the Otherwise Guys, and I'm about to introduce y'all to our speaker. I didn't even introduce him yet, man. We already started talking. We finna get it going, though. It's your boy, Cooley Shakur. And right now, I'm here with GeneDotCom. He's a radio personality. He got a podcast called The Tastemaker. He's an actor. He's marketing, and he also does the Adult Skate Station on Sundays, and he does a live bar on Fridays in the city. If you don't know what that is, man, y'all lost. For real. And also he does the family radio podcast, and he does Speak on Tuesdays. Sorry, man, y'all. I'm getting kind of turned already, but trying to do my introduction. You know, I got to work on that, but we gonna get there. But yeah, I appreciate you for coming through, man.
Yes, sir.
I see already it's bringing back memories.
Yeah.
Just being out here.
Yeah. So in this area where we are right now, in the 5th grade, it was 5th grade. I attended Arlington Elementary, which is next door to you right now. Mm-hmm. I know we talked a little bit about this off the camera, right? But it was 5th grade. My name of my street was Caliente Drive. I remember where this Dollar General is. That used to be a I want to say it was when Dixie first. I want to say that, and then they changed it to something else.
So this was like before they put the plaza out here, like this whole thing?
The plaza was here, but I don't think it was developed all the way towards the end, like where Plush used to be in Leffert Lounge and all of that.
Yeah.
On that end. I don't think it was developed at that time. Back then, it was just, like I said, it had a little Champ across the street, still had the gas station, those apartments. I lived in the townhomes that was across from the apartments. It was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably like 6 townhomes. Mm-hmm. So 2 in each space.
Okay.
On that strip before it then ended, and then it'll start again with another apartment complex. They're kind of being around the corner, but yeah, I mean, this area is very familiar.
Yeah. Was it more suburban area around here?
Yes, at the time, I could say that because where I'm originally from, born and raised, bred and fed unapologetically, is Moncrief.
Okay.
Yeah, my first everything happened
North side, baby.
Yeah, North side happened in that area. I'm talking about Simon Johnson Park, Harley's Barbecue, Cozy Kona on one side, Abraham on the other side.
Oh, man.
Again, Simon Johnson Park, which was my first social media. It was all of our in that neighborhood first social media. The park was, Simon Johnson was the melting pot for, like I say, everything.
Yeah.
First fight, Simon Johnson. First kiss, Simon Johnson.
So how did you keep yourself like out of everything that was going on the north side, like at the time coming up?
Well, because protocol was different then as it is now. Mm-hmm. There were, I grew up with, it was drug infested. I was born in 75, so I just told my age. So I was born in 75. You figure by the time I was 10, homicide rate is up.
Yeah.
It's 85.
True.
Crack is
jumping.
I'm talking about jumping. Even the poets could be hood rich.
Yeah.
Off that crack, So, but the protocol was different. And what I mean by that is I had a drug dealer across the street from me. Drug dealers cat a corner over at that spot because that spot was it was a haven for drug dealers.
Definitely at the park.
Oh,
What's going down at the park.
Yeah.
When your first kiss was, now you see it all going down.
You see it all down at, right.
Yeah.
So I think I probably saw my first dead body in the street when I was 12 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. I might even been 11 at the time. So back to the protocol. Those who were dealing, like my people, they mind their business. They didn't tend to nobody else's business but theirs. Because of that, our house was blessed enough to be looked out by God,
First.
but also the neighborhood D-boys, because they were going to take care of who took care of them, and everybody just mind their business. So they didn't allow me to even be in their yard because this is not for you. You're not going to be this person. You are something different. You got a good home and this and that. But not only that, hey, let me see your report card. All right, you did good. Here go this. How many A's you got? All right, I'm gonna give you this for every A you got. I'm gonna give you this for every B you got. You're gonna get this for a C. D, F, you don't get nothing for it.
So motivating you to stay in that.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you want to ask me what the difference is between then and now,
It's clear.
protocol.
You just said it, yeah.
Following the protocol, like there's so much responsibility that we have in our generation that we didn't reach back and do.
I was finna just say that. I was finna say, so how do you think?
That's the effects of it.
But I think another part of that was everybody getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got locked up around that time, so you didn't have the people who would do that able to because they were already gone.
Right. But the thing of it is those that are here and still know. And like I said, I can say for me and my feelings, it doesn't make me right. But our generation dropped the ball for the generation that's behind us that is raising the generation now.
True. Okay.
You figure a child from the time they're born, that they got 0 to 18. It's easy to put 218. If a person is 36, I'm already 10 ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm already 10 ahead. That generation that is coming up now are the results of what my generation didn't do that the generation before me did do for us.
Okay.
Big mamas ain't the same no more.
See, that's taking it a whole other route, though. But that still has something to do with the generation.
Big mamas ain't the same.
Now, what happened with that? Cause
Teenage pregnancy. I mean, you name it. Like,
yeah.
Families are not the same anymore. I graduated from Rains. Ichiban, school number 165, 3663 Rains Ave.
Yes, sir.
Rains, class in 1993. There was a documentary, and shout out to Emmanuel Washington. Shout out to Andrew Wright. They were a part of making the We Remember Rains documentary a reality.
Okay.
In my opinion, that documentary should be shown to every 9th grade class that comes into the halls.
Protocol.
The protocol. And here's why. It captured the beginning of Reigns. It captured the existence that it didn't even exist at the time. Mm-hmm. All of that up until, I would say probably about 96.
What is DVD at? I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I gotta do some research to see if there's even a copy out there. I know I got one at the crib. We can watch it. But the way it left off gives anybody the responsibility from 98 on to continue the legacy and keep the pride of that school. It's a blueprint. And the reason why I would say show it to the 9th graders as soon as they get there, so that they'll know what the rest of their 4 years is supposed to look like.
Gotcha.
If we had that same piece of work for the neighborhoods, I think that we could get the protocol back.
That's a good idea. What you gonna do for Reebok though? You gonna show them that same DVD?
Listen. I don't know the history of Reebok, but
I'm saying you gonna show them that DVD.
Listen, I would definitely show. Well, the Reigns documentary can't show the Reebok because at the time, in '65, Reebok was white. Yeah, 3701.
You messing it up right now.
3701 Winton Drive, and we love y'all. But in '65, you was white. If you say class of 1973 Reebok, the white people.
Man, you putting me on some history right now.
And they lived in that area.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, yeah.
Okay, this was before we got a little money out of the projects and we started scattering out west, scattering north. I remember living in River Oaks off Harts Road. It wasn't even no houses. There were no houses. Turtle Creek wasn't Turtle Creek.
Yes, sir.
It was woods.
Yeah. I remember Dunn's Ave, though. Dunn's Ave was...
Oh, listen, we used to ride our dirt bikes, BMX pedal dirt bikes on the dunes back there.
What?
All that housing stuff, that was dunes.
What?
I'm talking about 80s.
Man.
80s.
That's crazy.
80s in Duval.
Y'all was dirt bike riding back then in
It was
Duval?
BMX, man. You either had a BMX or you had a Huffy. I had a Huffy.
So what was like the philosophy that kept you straight? Like, I mean, I know the outsiders that you kept you on the right path, but like what you did mentally, or what was that saying or that quote that kept you right?
I hear my grandmother's voice right now. She used to always tell me to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Sabbath, I learned later on that Sabbath is actually Saturday. But we reverence Sunday. So it was God, her prayers, my mom's prayers, my aunt's prayers, who was pinnacle, because when my mother married my stepfather, he got stationed to Baton Rouge. And the school systems at the time was bad, so my mom opted for me to stay here off Moncrief with my aunt and my grandmother. So my mom and I was separated for 3 years. Of course, she came to visit. She mostly came to visit because it was cheaper. We went out there to visit, but we took the drive. I never forget, that was a long drive. It was like a 13-hour drive from Jacksonville to Baton Rouge. My aunt drove her Chevette. And it was cold.
I was about to say, it's hot in that thing?
No, it was cold.
Okay.
It was cold. But I remember, because I'm so musically in tune, I remember her having a George Benson cassette tape.
Oh, man. Now you got to put me on that.
George Benson. Go ahead, just look him up on YouTube. George Benson had a song called Give Me the Night. And I just remember her Chevette cassette was an auto reverse.
What's that going? It's going to automatically play?
So what it's going to do is it plays one side of the tape. You don't have to take it out and flip it. The auto reverse flipped it on the inside of it. Was the mechanism that flipped the tape inside of the cassette deck. Right. So like I'm telling you, when it comes to components, music, and things like that, I paid my first record, and it was a 45-inch record. And if you had a record player back in the day, 45. I'm talking to my 50 and up right now, even though I'm not close to 50 just yet. I am knocking on this door, but I'm not 50. But 50 and up, 45 records, you put it down on the record, but you had to it was a smaller record, so you had to put a clamp on top.
Okay.
My first 45, which was considered a single, was a group named Slade. The name of the song was called Slide. And I remember it being like a fuchsia colored label on the top. That was the first record I ever played, man.
So you fell in love with music early too?
Yeah, like,
I feel like music is a part of the culture though. Like you can't. It's hard for somebody to
man, listen, man,
to dodge that.
In certain people's lives, music is their culture.
Yeah.
You know, like I said,
I'm definitely one of them though.
Yeah, me too. You look at, just the DJs and how they're motivated by the music, and they want to be the conductors. They want to be the tools to engage people that feel the same way that they do.
Gotcha. Do you recall like the house parties or like the
Most definitely
events from back in the day in the city?
Most definitely. Sure, I threw a couple of them.
What was your first party like that you threw?
All right, so I can't take the full credit for this because this was it was my brainchild, but we were a group, and I was in high school. I was at Reigns. I was in a back then we had step clubs. Shout out to the ambassadors. That was my club. Zeta 516, which then turned to POP, and then you had the board, you had the gents. The gents used to give us a run every single time. They were always cutting edge on their showmanship.
Okay.
We would have the edge sometimes, but there were sometimes like, I'm like, no, the gents, they got us.
Was it like a dance off or you?
No, you stepping.
Okay.
Like you're emulating fraternities.
Gotcha.
And there were female clubs as well that emulated sororities. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, the first party I threw, I got permission. God rest his soul. The longest standing principal at Reigns, Jimmy Johnson. He was my principal, and we had a conversation. He respected the teacher who was our sponsor. Shout out to Mr. Clark. So I pitched the idea of this and what we were trying to do. And he gave us permission to throw a pajama jam.
Oh, man.
Now, even though Kid and Play, got to get them their props, they did it. We were right there in the heart of that movie. Because you feel that's 90s.
Yeah.
But it never had been done on that campus.
So this was before Kid and Play. Y'all was already...
No. Kid and Play had already coined it.
Okay.
They were the house party, gurus. If you look up the year House Party 2, because that was a pajama jam. The first one was just the party at Play's house. And then the second one was when Kid went to school. Mm-hmm. And so they had to do a pajama jam to help him raise money to stay in school because Play took his check. And so, you remember how it went? All right. So, it was the first time it had ever been done. So I would say that was the first party I threw. And to this day, like, for those that was there, they got fond memories of it.
They still come up to you. Well, even we do that pajama jam.
Yeah. But shout out to the ambassadors. If y'all listening out there, all of y'all, I can't name all of y'all. But you know who you are.
Man, how did you get with iHeart though? Like, how did that happen? Because like, I'm still shocked that you say you ain't really have like a college degree to get in.
Nah, so I had my son in 1994. salute and rest in peace to Dez White. That's my kid who lost his life to gun violence in 2018.
Yeah.
Great kid. Amazing kid, not a street kid.
Yeah.
But I did, jobs to take care of me, help his mom out, and provide for him. And so I was working for a vinyl siding company, which, I knew that wasn't I was a young man, so I knew that wasn't my final.
Yeah, you just there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Trying to learn I'm learning the vinyl siding game, but I'm really in the warehouse, so I ain't doing nothing but pulling what they asking for. And then when the trucks come, unload the truck, then we load the stuff, put it in the shelves, this, that, and the third.
Y'all was dropping them off to different companies? Or y'all?
No, the companies were coming to get them.
Okay.
So it was manual labor.
Okay.
So, after a while, I'm like, definitely.
Yeah. You just working and thinking, well, I'm going to go next.
Oh, yeah. There's something better. So from the vinyl siding company, I get a job for Kuhn Flowers. Put these licenses to work.
Okay.
Little did I know. So if a individual who's never been in the delivery logistics business at all, you're required to know something about your city.
Gotcha.
Now, granted, born and raised Jacksonville, Florida, even though I did leave and go live in Orlando from the 8th to the beginning of 10th grade.
We got a little.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. I got you. Born and raised, but I hadn't been driving that long independently because I'm in the car with moms and she driving and she going her route.
Yeah.
But she ain't going all the way there, ain't her route of this and third. But when you work for places like that, you need to know your city.
This before GPS, this before all that stuff.
Listen, the only thing you had was a map book. That was it. You had that map book. The map book had an index, of course, and then in alphabetical order, you go to the street.
Spots.
So if the street was Longleaf, 2348 Longleaf Avenue, then you go to the L's. Then you got to go, LA, LV, go all the way down Longleaf, boom. And then it gives you the directions to that.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing, no camera, no phones and all that stuff. What you're doing is you're looking at it while, like, okay, all right, I need to go take a left on Sherlock. Okay, I need to go take a left on Rifton. All right, now I'm finna go up and take a right on Smith.
Yeah.
And then that's what you were doing then. There's no GPS. It's a lot in the process, ain't it?
It's a lot.
All
I know a little something about that. I ain't that old, but I know a little something because they had just put out that it was like Yahoo Maps or something when they used to print out where you trying to go at.
Right.
This was like 2006.
Yeah, early.
Yeah, but
Early.
before then, you still had to know your way around.
You had to know your way around. So I want to say his name was Mr. Clark. Every time I tell this story, I always use Clark. So I think his name was Mr. Clark. But anyway, he was the supervisor. And Mr. Clark, now I knew downtown pretty good. But you got like 16 other drivers. And sometimes they don't want to go way out Mandarin. They don't want to go almost to St. Augustine. They don't want to go, almost to Baldwin, out west. They don't want to go. Oh, sometimes they want the sweet route downtown too.
Yeah.
But the new kid was getting the downtowns because I'm trying to. No. I ain't know nobody. It's just me.
I thought you talking about like somebody else.
No. I'm the new kid.
Yeah.
These other drivers looking like, well, hey, how he get to go to the next level? How does he get to go just downtown?
Yeah.
What level is he on?
Put him to work. Send him out somewhere.
Send him out somewhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. know what I'm saying? I thought, send him on the north side, send him on this. But all that was easy. Because north side, I knew it. When it came to the south side, when it came to like that San Jose and all up there, or if he sent me back to off of McCormick, back up off of like Kernan and all in them areas, right? Boy, you done lost me.
I know that look crazy now.
I'm lost and turned out.
I know it looked different back then.
Oh my God.
It was probably straight woods and a couple houses.
I ain't want no parts of it. I didn't want no parts of it.
Had no lights out here.
No, I mean, well, you daytime, but I'm just saying.
I'm talking no street light, like you know how I got.
Right.
That was all.
So you flipping in that map book, and you going boom, 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 boom. So for the drivers who are kind of experienced and knowing their way around to get you to certain areas of town without having to use a GPS, of course they're getting back quicker.
Yeah.
Because they get in the air, but they're experienced enough to know that. Not me. I'm all day with it. So, me and Mr. Clark had an understanding.
Yeah.
Because he was like, son, I can't keep just sending you downtown. It ain't fair to the other drivers, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you're right. During this time, or before me and Mr. Clark have this conversation, this cat named Chuck in my neighborhood is playing basketball at Simon Johnson Park. He's got the Airborne Express van parked in front of, that's what he in.
Yeah.
But he's shooting ball. Chuck always shot ball. So he's shooting ball. I'm like, hey, Chuck, what's up with Airborne Express? Y'all hiring? And he was like, I can't, I don't know if we're hiring or not, but just come out there. We located at, and he gave me, right at the time, it was like 1351 or 1320, something like that. Tradeport Road, right? So I drive all the way out there the next day. Yeah. In a Kuhn van. Ring the bell, get in the door, cat named Isaac Odom. These names are important because it's the names that I'm giving you. The names are the steps to my journey.
Gotcha. I was feeling like, God damn, all the names.
Yeah. Clark, Chuck, and now Isaac Odom. All right. So Isaac says, hey, how you doing? This and third, blah, blah, blah. Currently, man, we all full. All the routes are taken right now. This, that, and third, come back. Cool. So I leave, go back to Kuhn. This is, again, I'm giving you the prelude before I lead up to me and Mr. Clark's conversation.
Yeah.
So I come back again, maybe like, I come back again maybe 3 weeks. Just pop my head in the door. Hit the bell again. Isaac come to the counter. And he's like, route's still full.
Dang.
This, that, and the third.
They must have been paying good.
No, at the time that was good. It was good money, but looking at it now, shoot, he's getting robbed. But I'm gonna continue the story. So now Mr. Clark and I are getting ready to have this conversation. Son, the productivity on your end is slow. And I wasn't going home reading the map book. I just wasn't. And he was like, man, you need to go home and read the map book and get familiar with the stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So we have the conversation. He says, hey, the productivity is very slow. We got to make a decision here pretty soon. Either you're going to learn the routes, I got to send you out, or this, or...
Got to go.
Right. So after we had that conversation, it's on a Friday. Like, I go home. I was scheduled to work that Saturday for Kuhn. And I go home, and I'm like, you know what? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I go home. Well, I'm already home. Gather my Kuhn uniforms and went, but like a couple of pair of pants and like 4 or 5 shirts. Bundle it all up, put it in a bag, get in my car, head back out to Kuhn. I'm turning my uniforms in. I say, Mr. Clark, you're right. Thank you for the opportunity. I ain't gonna waste no more of your time. And he say, hey, young man, I wish you well in the future.
Okay.
And that was the last time I saw him. His name may not be Clark, so let me just say that. But
that's the name
I
you
remember
give him.
Clark.
Oh, shit.
I hop in my car. It's a Friday. Hop in my car. I drive to the airport.
To the airport.
Yep, trade port. Like I said, I think it was like 1351 trade port. I don't remember, but I walk in Airborne Express, hit the bell. Bing! Isaac come to the front. When he see me, he say, "Oh, I was just getting ready to call you. 2 routes came open."
What?
I just turned my pants and shirts in from Cume. I drive out to, and it wasn't nothing but the Holy Spirit. I drive out to airport,
Hi.
trade port. He said, "Can you be here Monday at 6:30?" I said, "Yes, sir."
That's crazy.
I start at Airborne Express Monday. Turned my pants in from Cume Friday. From Clark to Isaac. Oh, the list, it gets, I got a few more people to add. So, I start delivering for Airborne Express. Things are going well. I'm a driver. I picked up the route. It's because with Airborne Express versus Cume, the freight is pretty consistent. Now, there are going to be sometimes you're going to get some neighborhoods that you ain't go in. But most of all, I delivered to Prudential, downtown.
What were you delivering? Is it like
Freight.
UPS?
Like UPS,
Okay.
FedEx,
Gotcha.
letters. Prudential had a whole lot of letters.
Yeah.
So
UPS bottom out?
I delivered. No, actually, what's the excuse me, what's the DHL?
Okay.
DHL bought them out. But at the time it was Airborne Express, and they were ran by different contractors. So you had like the 100s, you had the 200s and the 300s. 100s took care of like the downtowns, the Arlingtons, the McCormick areas that I was having trouble with when
Yeah.
I was delivering flowers. Those areas out there, the 100s took care of that. And then you had the 200s that handled the West, your
OP
Old
West?
OP West, Old Middleburg, Palaccas.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they would go down that way. Some would hit.
Going too deep for
would
me.
touch Lake Cities, and then you had the 300s to handle all of your South Side. Even down to St. Augustine.
Okay.
So they covered pretty wide area.
Yeah. The northern Florida, might as well say.
Yeah.
They just ain't hitting tally.
Nah, they ain't going that far.
Yeah.
So, you had, I was doing that. Then I became a lead driver. And then from being a lead driver, I downgraded because I didn't want the responsibility of having to train other drivers. And I was doing a mall route, Regency Mall. Regency Mall was flourishing at this time. Regency Mall was wide open at this time. I'm talking about stores everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was litty in
Was that the
Regency back
only
then.
mall? Like, it wasn't no OP mall yet? It was just
No. Orange Park Mall was there. It wasn't a town center.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't a River City. During that time, did we even have a St. Augustine outlet? I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
Nah.
Because I'm talking 97. I think this is because I started at Airborne in 96. So this is 97, 98. It may, I don't know about St. Augustine. I don't know.
I always felt Regency was like top tier mall before all the other ones came
But
about.
you know what was the top tier mall first?
What?
Gateway.
Dang.
For us, it was Gateway. You get the Gateway, you done got to the Mecca. If you got the Gateway in the 80s, you made it to the Mecca. We weren't thinking about Regency then.
That's crazy.
We weren't thinking about Regency then. We didn't start thinking about Regency until...
So what happened to Gateway, man? I remember
I'm
Gateway.
getting ready to tell you the same thing that happened to Regency. When things economically in a space that represents success, like I said, like I lived in River Oaks before it was even houses in Turtle Creek. River Oaks was one of the first. We used to ride bikes on the dunes, no houses, nothing. That was right. River Oaks was the one.
Gotcha.
When we started to finish college, start making a little money, we wanted better things for our children. That's the parents of yesterday. They wanted better things for their children. Not saying it's not the parents of today. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just talking about when I was a kid, the time dispensation I was in. They wanted better, so they moved out. Well, when we as African Americans started to move out, the mother folks said, well, we going over here. The over here was your South, your Arlington. So when I lived in Arlington, three bedroom, 2.5 bath, because you had a bath downstairs for the guests, $420 a month.
$420. Well,
back right over here in Caliente Drive. $420. Ask me how I know. I'm gonna just tell you. Don't worry about it. Man. I used to take the check to the owners that owned the townhome.
Okay.
$420.
That's crazy. That shows how much.
I'm talking about 86, 87. You can't stay you can stay somewhere $420 now, depending on the house. Well, depending on the house, how much you paid for it, where it's at. Not in this market in time as it relates to 2022, because this is a seller's market now as it relates to real estate. Everything high.
Yes, sir.
So you ain't paying $420, nothing, unless you in a 1-bedroom studio and the kitchen is right there next to your couch.
Where you at though with the $420?
Somewhere dark.
Exactly.
Somewhere when the ambulance don't save you can.
Hey, I was just in
freeway
Orlando.
would sell.
I was just in Orlando, man. It's starting up at 12.
Easily.
Easy. Like this was before the inflation.
And you was in the hood.
Yes,
if you in Orlando, you talking about it started at 12, you was in the hood. Because I could take you some places.
It's before the inflation, though.
Oh, before then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, so there you go.
Yeah.
Go back there now, it's not 12.
Not. Oh, yeah. I already know. Because when I left, it was getting high.
I'm telling you.
It's probably 2,000 for a place.
Listen, you better have your act together when it come down to that moving and where you stand and all that. Because it's high right now.
Yeah.
Everything is high. So, Airborne Express, delivering the Regency. My partner, an individual who I got on at Airborne Express, one of my best friends, Tim Crocker, Tim with 2 M's, he was leaving to go to another job. At the time, the supervisor over us was Bobby Robinson. Isaac, Tim, Bobby. We got Crawford.
Keep up, y'all.
Yeah. We got Crawford. So Bobby's the supervisor. I'm like, hey, Bobby, I'm going to go ahead and put my name on 159. That was the route at the time. That handled Dunn Avenue, some parts of Eastport, back up in there, whatever.
Yeah.
But all of Dunn Avenue from, like I said, it wasn't no River City then. So.
Well, River City just got there, though.
No, not in, this was 90.
No, I'm saying they just got there recently. So
Right. No, not at all. Matter of fact, the only thing that was over there was a mobile gas station that we used to go fill up at, and he used to fix our vans.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobile. And we would gas up there too. So Bobby was reluctant because I'm asking for the 159 route because my partner Tim Crocker getting ready to go. I'm asking Bobby Robinson for the route. He was like, nah, I'm gonna put somebody else on it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm the longest running driver here. I've been a lead driver. Come on, man, that's a sweet route. I deserve that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man, I want you to stay doing the mall route. The way that it was designed, if you knew your route proficiently, you had your delivery time, then you had your pickup times, but you had a split shift. So whatever time it took you to get back on your pickups to go ahead and be at base by the appointed time so that the freight could get out to get on the plane to go where it's supposed to go. And on your pickups, that's the time you start. When I did 146, which was Regency Mall route, I would finish delivering about 12:30. But I would have to be back out there by 4:30.
So you get like a break in between?
Get a break in between.
Okay.
You can do whatever. Them gray vans used to be everywhere. Everywhere.
And that's why you said old Bo was playing basketball, because he already did his little shift. Now he playing basketball.
Right. Well, he was done. Like, he hadn't already gotten back in, turned this freight in. Chuck playing ball. I forgot about Chuck. So we got Chuck. We got Clark, Chuck, Isaac, Tim.
Billy.
Tim. And you got Bobby Robinson.
Yeah, Bobby. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Billy.
yeah, Billy. Same thing. And you got Bobby. But anyway, Chuck was already done. But so if I used to get back out in this area, the Arlington area, basically the mall area, to do my pickups about 4:30.
Okay.
I'd be done with pickups about 6:30. But with 159, I'd be done delivering by 10 o'clock.
Sweet.
I ain't got to be back out there till 4:30, almost 5 o'clock.
That's
doing
sweet.
pickups. So from 10, I'm done. I'm headed to the house. 11, 12, 1, 2,
And
3.
you getting paid that in between time?
Yeah, because you're getting one flat fee.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a
that's
split
sweet.
shift.
That's sweet.
It's a split shift. Like, listen, I'm legit cooking drumettes in the middle of the day. Like, I got time to cut the chicken meat off the bone raw, right? Frying the strips, creating salads.
Got time.
I got time.
And you get on the clock too.
Because it was running the split shift.
Yeah.
So when Bobby was reluctant to giving me the route at first, I was like, okay, well then I quit. The next day, I got this interview at this spot. Shout out to my partner, Derek Archie. D Archie 1018. He set me up at this spot. I couldn't remember where it was, but it was off like Eastport. I had no clue what I was doing on this interview, because this interview was about measurements and stuff like that, and I'm not the greatest when it came to math and all of that. That wasn't my thing.
Gotcha.
My thing was social studies, communications, stuff like that. When it came to that math, the only math that resonated with me the most was consumer math. It taught me how to count very well, quickly.
They don't call it that no more. I don't know what they call it.
I don't know what they call it now. I don't know what they call it now, but I was taking that and economics at the same time. We can loop that back into the Orlando store. But I'm taking economics and consumer math at the same time because I'm a senior at Reigns at this time in 93. And so it went kind of hand in hand. Economics, supply, demand, marketing, strategic planning, knowing different percentages and all that. I picked up on that real good.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward, I wasted my time at this interview that Derek Archie put me on. I get home, check my answer machine. This was the answer machine time where you push the button.
With the little tape.
With the little tape, push the button. So I get the answer machine. He was like, yo, Gene, it's Bobby. Give me a call. So I call him. When I call Bobby, Bobby say, look, man, you right, man. You know, I was tripping. I'm going to give you the route. I was like, cool. I took y'all like on a story journey to say this. The radio station was on that route.
I like the way you did that. I like the build up for that.
The radio station was on that route. The radio station at the time was 92.7.
The beat.
You had the flavor unit. Well, actually, no. Before the flavor unit, you had another morning show. It was local though. Man, I remember like Paco. I remember it was so many different names in the building. I mean, I'm talking about this. I mean, Easy was there at this time. Me, T-Roy, a whole gang of others. You know, we're all jockeying for part-time positions. Well, really, I'm not jockeying for any position because I'm just a delivery guy. That's delivering the freight. So let me take myself out of the equation.
Damn.
When I come through there, though, you know, I see them. You know, man, whether I'm making deliveries or whatever. So this is, remember I started in 96 at Airborne Express. This is 98 going into 99. That now.
You started around that? Man, God.
Yeah. So fast forward to how I got in. I'm doing my pickups in the afternoon. It's about 5:30-ish because I know like that was one of my first pickup stops, or maybe the third pickup stop if I had some. I ain't really have a whole lot of pickups on there. Yeah. So I would be back at the base at like 6:30.
What was it located? Is it still in the same spot?
Yeah.
What was back in the day?
Well, it's not now. It's not.
Okay, that's what I was.
It's not now. I'm gonna fast forward to the iHeart. Mm-hmm. So you had Sam's in the area. You had a couple of other little logistics places in the area. I think like if you wanted to work at the port and get like your TWIC badge and all that, it was an office over there for that.
Yeah.
You had gas stations. You had daycares up. But you had I think it was Stan's Sandwich Shop. I think it was called Stan's. But we used to go to Stan's all the time. If the plane was late with the freight, we would go to, at the time too, right there on Dunn Avenue. You had a Shoney's.
Shoney's. Is that what was that at? Was it by the library?
Nah, if you 95 and done, you know that denture spot that's right there. So if you come in 95 north, you get off on Dunn.
Gotcha.
You're gonna make the left, go up under the underpass. When you look to the left right there, that was a Shoney's.
It was. That's
Shoney's
before it was right in front of the hotels, right?
Listen, yeah, Shoney's used to sell some of the good communion grape juice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would go to Shoney's when the plane was late, Airborne Express. But anyway, I'm delivering to the radio station. I'm doing my pickups from the radio station. I bump into Chill Will. Remember this name. It's Pinnacle. Chill Will opened up the door for GeneDotCom.
Okay.
His name is William Barker. When you talk about the family radio, that's Chill's brainchild, and he included me in it. Shout out to Chill. Shout out to T Boogie. Family Radio, Fam Fridays, new episodes. You can follow us on Instagram at the Family Radio. Boom. But Chill opened the door. He allowed me to be kind of the voice of the streets as it related to traffic. What we saw as delivery people, giving some driving tips, just fun stuff on the morning show. It was the Flavor Unit at the time.
Yeah.
It's he. Well, at the time, it's he, Doom, and myself as a feature. Some stuff was going on with the female voice at the time, so they had to kind of improvise, and they did. And then what ended up happening was he opened the door. I became a fixture on the morning show. At the time, I was Gene, making them famous. I remember creating T-shirts with that too. Gene, making them famous. If you got one of them T-shirts, you see this interview, you take a picture of it, post it, whatever. So when Chill opened up the door, it not only created that persona, but it gave me an opportunity to be kind of like a voice for Airborne Express. So, I would be giving different people shout outs in the morning, and we didn't have no tape players in the van. So you was either listening to 92.7 or you was listening to the adult contemporary station. It might have been Hot 101.5 by then. I don't know, but I think it was. But you listened to 1 or 2.
Yeah, I was like the young.
Right.
At the time, y'all was like
at the time.
Voices.
That's right. Exactly. I later then got offered to be in promotions. And that's how I got my way in to radio. I came up with the Gene word of the day, and I would give a word of the day, boom, using sentence, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All that a part of that. So in doing promotions, still being a voice, then they made me a part of the Flavor Unit completely. I had left Airborne Express. Leaving Airborne Express, that was what I did, the morning show. And then as I was working on air, of course I needed, other places of employment. I went to the school system.
Okay.
Went to the school system. I started working team up first. And then I started working at the alternative schools, which was like one of the greatest times in my life, because you're able to see a young, misguided gentleman, and you're able to show him other options. Now, of course, it's tough, because when they come from their environment, it's their environment.
Yeah.
Knowing now that a lot of the responsibility falls on my generation for not being the best protocol for the generation behind us, who's raising the generation that's coming up now.
Yeah.
We talked about it offline about just the 18-year difference from 0 to 18, right? But you know that there are women who have kids 16, 15.
True.
So you have a kid at 15, 15 years, they're 15. You're 30.
Mm-hmm.
3 years after that, you're 33, they're 18. You're 35, they're 20.
Right behind you. In a way.
36, 37. She's legally old enough to be where you are.
So do you feel like when you were talking to the youngins, because that was your way of getting back, you were doing the work.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it made a difference? So you made a difference in a lot of people's lives?
I hope it did, man. I've seen kids in caskets who were at the alternative school during the dispensation of time I was there, and you hope and pray that you reach somebody. So the kid that I saw in the casket, you know, he had long left Mattavy Rutherford, but he stayed on the same path. So I remember seeing him. And then there's a gentleman he's like 15 in the 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
If he can get past, you know, there's certain programs he can get into and this, that, and the third. He in alternative school. No, he's 14 in the 6th grade. He's 14. He's still behind. Because he should be in the 8th. He's 2 years behind. He's coming to school. He's not a problem at all. He's coming to school. He's like, Mr. White, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to hurry up and get you out of here because you have 45 days at an alternative school. If you come in, best behavior, you can come in straight 45 days, you go. You back to your regular school.
Mm-hmm.
He would come like a week, then I don't see him for like 2 weeks and a half.
But you got to be consistent with your 45.
You got to, because your days don't. Now keep in mind, when he come, he ain't no problem. But you don't get no credit for the days. You don't come, so I'm calling. No answer. He's legit taking care of his grandmama.
Okay.
He's 14 years old, looking me in my eyes, and I'm 26. No, I ain't 26. I might be like 24.
Yeah.
He's 14, so I'm 10 ahead. Like, it really hit me a different kind of way because he looked me in my eyes and said, Mr. White, I'm the breadwinner. And I'm trying to keep my lights on. I'm trying to keep food in the house for me and my grandma.
Okay.
I saw a man. I ain't had no job to offer him. I was there working. Because I'm trying to keep the food on my table and my lights on.
That's a deep way to look at it, though.
So how I'm going to tell you not to do that? Only thing I could tell that young man in my 24-year-old mind then, be careful.
But that go back to today, though, like, you know, everybody's working to be an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they still don't have nothing to give. Like, you still can't hire nobody to put them on the team, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's one of the things that we still haven't found yet. Like, we still haven't got to that point to where we are, like, legit in what we got going, to where we can hire our kids.
Yeah, I mean, but that's where, getting the knowledge, creating avenues for individuals so that they'll be able to do that. I think, shout out to my partner, Mark. He's CPI 67 on Instagram. He tapped in on my Speak On It Tuesdays last week. And he said, we as black people, you know how you go to college and you major in something? Mm-hmm. We as black people, we major in minor. We make the most smallest, pettiest things major when they're really minor. And we major in that. It's so easy for us to get distracted.
Okay.
All it takes is something to happen in entertainment, anything to happen, in the black culture, all that. We distracted. Meanwhile, while we looking over here, entertaining, blogging, talking, none of this is making us any revenue or making our life better. It's conversation around the crab pot. They are doing so much stuff on this end over here.
Gotcha.
That's majoring and minor.
Damn. Man.
Hey, man, I ain't like come to play with you. I'm going to give it to y'all.
That's real, though.
I'm going to give it to you all.
So what you think, can keep, man, it ain't really nothing that can, you got to put the protocol in place, man. That's
the
one thing that's gonna
protocol.
work.
You got to pay attention.
And that's one on, when there's something going on over here, that don't mean we lose focus with what's going on right here.
Correct. But we quick to, like, I'm at the point where in this space and time in my life, like, there are things that I still have to achieve. There are things that I want. I have to compartmentalize the things that are important versus aren't. Because I don't have the bandwidth anymore mentally. I don't have the mental bandwidth to entertain
the minor,
the things that are non-essential. Not people like, hey, get this because it's brain food. Brain food to me is me being able to project something positive that I can implant in the universe that's going to work long after I'm gone to benefit the generations to come. I ain't figured that out yet. So I can't pollute the mental with the non-essentials that's not feeding the brain. I'm not going to get led into that right direction.
Yeah.
The gossip, did you see?
Yeah. Well, I feel like a good example, though, even though it's negative, is like the shooting that happened when the kid went in there and shot all of the black people. And then we got sidetracked with the other shootings, which they both deserve people to pay attention to them. But at the same time, it was a meaning behind the first shooting.
Correct. I mean, and I don't feel like we as blacks raise enough hell when it comes to the oppression side, the side that historically has been the oppression side. I don't think that we get active enough.
I think
when that happens, I think we get radical, and it's over the top. I think the term is we're gonna spin the block. We're gonna catch the ops. We take time in that. Like that's where our focus is, which is sad because it's genocide.
Yeah.
On our own people. The reality of it is if you want to see a disrespectful child, follow him home.
Oh,
and see,
man.
don't somebody disrespectful answer the door.
He's also follow him home.
Follow him home.
So
As a child, as a child, the first teachers are the mother. If the father's present, if the father's not, it might be the aunt that comes stay over there for a little bit. She might not raise her kids a certain way. Over time, whether we want to take the accountability for it or not, we've done more damage to ourselves. That who we look at as, who we used to look at as the oppressors, and they were oppressing at the time, but I think psychologically they have implanted so much divisiveness amongst us.
All they gotta do is step back now. Just let it happen.
Hey,
They ain't gotta do nothing no
they
more.
gotta do nothing no more. They ain't gotta do nothing no more. Like, we call people the ops that look like us. I don't think tigers are calling other tigers the ops. I don't think elephants are calling other elephants the ops. Pigeons don't call other pigeons the ops. I think eagles and squirrels are ops.
Yeah, I feel like
I think
Yeah.
sharks and anything that sharks eat other than sharks are ops.
But why you think that though? Like, I know we talked about protocol, but I feel like we know, even though its protocol is not in place, we still know what's right and what's wrong amongst each other because we already know the history, we already know what happened, we already know the situation we in.
Mm-hmm.
But it still is to the point where, we get into the ops. We still had the ops, and I mean, money can be a part of that reason. You know what I mean? Money's a big part of that, but at the same time, it shouldn't affect everybody. It shouldn't be affecting the people who ain't got nothing to do with it.
I agree. I can only say this, man. We are teaching America how to treat us. We're teaching America how to treat us. And they're basing it off of how we treat ourselves.
It's a lot to go into that too. The music, the music back when y'all was playing the music, it was a diverse. You can select. Okay, I want to hear this. I want to hear that.
Correct.
Now it's only one way.
You got it. You got it. And this is not taking anything from, the thing of it is I respect where music is because that generation that is creating it now, it's the language that they're speaking. I remember, some of the few moments I had with my biological father. I would play certain music and he'd be like, I don't understand that, because he understood Luther, he understood Teddy, he understood the Whispers, he understood Patty, he understood Diana, he understood Michael, he understood. He didn't understand DMC and LL. No, he didn't understand that.
Yeah.
It was noise to him, but it was the language that the peers were speaking, and it resonated with me. So I'm not tripping about where it is. I think the difference, again, when I look at hip hop and how it has evolved, there was a level of responsibility that they gave. Even Dr. Dre spoke on behalf of NWA and was like, we're not really doing what we say is entertainment. We just giving you all a depiction of what we see, which was the artistry. But they let you know, hey, y'all watching us, but we ain't really going out here doing this.
Yeah.
Protocol. It was responsibility. Now, just like, hey, do it. And I feel like now we've given the establishment, the government, whoever you want to call it, the power to say,
This is
This is what, look at what they doing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to set this law because it's going to benefit us. We don't really care what happened with them on that side. But we ain't paying it.
Who I got calling, man? What?
Yeah. We not paying attention to that because we majoring in
Don't worry
minor.
about that, y'all.
We majoring on minor. We're not paying attention to that. It take voices to stand up and say, I'm using my influence for this, and those that rock with me, this how we gonna rock.
Yeah. Facts, y'all. I mean, it go deep though. Like I said, it shouldn't even be we shouldn't even have to say like, hey, we like this type of music. We just speaking on what we feel is going on. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to say that. 'Cause like I said, we already know the story.
Right.
So it's like it's getting to a point where I don't even want to say. I don't even say it no more. Like, you know what time it is. You know who I am or what I got going on. So it shouldn't even be that way. But what do you think? On a lighter note, you think like media passes are still like something that people should use to go to like big events?
Is that something I think that they should use?
Like, you think that's still something that they need?
Media passes?
Yeah, like a media pass to go to like a bigger event in the city.
I think that media pass, I think it's useful. I mean, being, backstage and in that environment, you don't want too many people just walking around willy-nilly simply because it causes
You already see what it calls. You see these people jumping on stage.
Right. And see, sometimes if you don't have that, then you kind of fall in a gray area in your security.
Okay.
Because they're only protecting what's there and who's supposed to be there and what the credentials supposed to look like. So if the credential, if you got a gray band, that's all access. If you got a yellow band, that's your media. You got too many yellow bands back there, or you get a gray band on the media. It causes stuff because sometimes people have their own agenda.
Okay.
So no, for safety purposes, yes, you need to have a media pass. Like I would feel good about that. If I was an artist, I'm like, everybody that's back here is supposed to be back here because they don't have time to be, they come out with their security and then it's the security's job to look and
they already got ops and everything, so they like who all here?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Or who are the potential ops in that situation? Yeah.
So you've been in the game long enough. You think like a platform like this, or like with your media platform, your podcast, you think it's possible for it to get to a level as these other podcasts who are already like who got these big companies behind them?
Yeah, sure. If the right people share it, because I remember when this was brand new, the podcast sector, like it was brand new. Even the family radio, we were talking about it on the first episode that I came back to since 2013. Like it started the episode from 2014. The first episode since 2014 that I was back on, we talked about starting the family radio starting in 2013.
Wow.
Like I don't think Drink Champs was around then.
Yeah.
So this was still very new. And those that got in on a big scale or whatever, they're reaping the benefits from it. Yeah.
So how did iHeart come and like what did they do when iHeart came?
So when we were on Balmore Circle, which is where I was delivering to, how I got my start. Shout out to Chill Will again. That was J-Core Broadcasting. And then Clear Channel came. And it was like almost a monopoly. They were buying up a lot of stations. Yeah. A lot of these independent stations in different markets that were doing some decent numbers. They were buying them up. giving them different waters. You know, they up the ante.
So Clear Heart was recent. I always
Clear Channel.
I thought Clear Channel was well, I'm used to Clear Channel.
That's
So
what it is. Yeah, Clear Channel was first,
Okay.
and then iHeart came and bought
Clear
Clear
Channel.
Channel, because then you had radio and then you had the streaming piece too.
So that's what they
Those
did.
are iHeart Media, right? So now you got the iHeart Music Festivals. You know, one of the biggest in the country right now.
Yeah. So they basically came and connected all the dots.
Correct. And then of course, you know, we had this ugly pandemic. Well, before then, back in 2008, 2009, we got hit with that recession, the first one. And then after that, things kind of got but never back to where it was, because I was actually a salesperson from 2007 to 2010.
For Clear Channel.
Yes.
So you was wearing multiple hats for real.
For real, I wasn't on the air after 2007. Did pretty good in sales. Made a lot of relationships, but I had them because I was on the air too. Then I decided, like, hey, I want to do something, leave a legacy for my kid. Let me create a product. I decided to do a woman's perfume. The powers that be they was like, nah. It's like a conflict of interest, which I don't know how. Looking back on it then, knowing what I know now, you know, I had a decent case. I should have pursued it, but God saw fit that I launched the fragrance in 2010. I also was terminated in 2010. Yeah, you're talking about a substantial amount of income gone.
Yeah.
I had some personal things going on. Ended up having to file bankruptcy. Get this house up off of me. There was a lot going on at that time, but the best person to bet on is yourself.
Facts.
If you know your ability, stand on that and get out here and turn soil one corner at a time. It was the emergence of social media. I think I had gotten on Facebook like 2008. Hadn't really found my niche. I had done some things on YouTube. Just trying stuff.
Yeah.
Trying everything. You know, I wasn't on the air, so I wasn't sitting on that antenna promoting or anything like that. The work that I did, though, paid off because, you know, I got a phone call to come back. Been at V101.5 since. From the radio standpoint, I've been able to harness different adult events around town.
You got one coming up in August too.
I didn't curate that, but they asked me to host, you know. So the brand formulated into that. I've hit every major stage here in the city, from Ritz, Times Union, Arena. Arena's like my second home. Daly's Place, Metro Park, even the baseball diamond. I mean, I've hit every corner.
And you say you still got plans.
Still got them.
Yeah.
Still got them.
I believe in utilizing. Like
yeah, I believe in utilizing every minute of your 24 hours. Everybody get the same 24 hours. And a person could look at me and be like, well, God damn, man, you know, you kind of been around for a minute. You've been doing this and doing that. Yeah, I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
So imagine how hungry you should be.
True. Now, you showed me, like, it's still levels after that. Like, because some people get there and think this is what it is. Nah. You got to keep going, man.
Nah, you got to keep going. Like, you ain't really making no money until you ain't got to show up to make the money. You ain't got to work for it.
Yeah.
That's when you're making money. When you are making money while you're sleeping or up, you know, looking at TV, drinking a lemonade or something. You know, that's cool stuff.
Yeah. You look at your bank account and see it.
Right. Or if not that, you know what's coming.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's a check in the mail, whether, you know, you got, however, the wires coming in the morning, like, however,
yeah,
you know it's coming.
Man.
And that's what I aspire to. That's what I aspire to do. So it's a lot more that I'd like to achieve. God knows I faced adversity. I mean, I lost a kid.
Yeah. You said he was a good kid too, so he
So
wasn't
I was telling the kid, nah, he wasn't a street guy, just a hater shot him in the back. And that's ball game, and that changes your life.
Yeah.
Changes your life when people say, you know, grief and, you know, when you lose a kid, man, that's not something that, when you lose anybody you love, I can't say just losing a kid. You know, you lose a parent, you lose a sibling.
I think it's different though, because I got 2 little ones, and just bringing them up from a little. Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
Okay, my bad.
Are y'all good? Man,
So-
we had Nerds Inc., man. We had Nerds Inc.,
Nerds
so we
Inc.
got people coming in and out, man. They trying to get it.
Trying to get that tag, huh?
Yes, sir. But nah, like, seeing them come up from nothing to something is different from, you know, I feel like your parents or our parents, they seen you come up. So to see somebody else come up and then they pass away, that's a whole different ball game.
Right.
That's what I would think, me personally.
Right. So, like, it's not something that you get past. And I have grandchildren who are products of my son.
Okay.
So when I look at, you know, I have a 10-year-old as well. So I have a 10-year-old and her niece and nephew are 7. They're 3 years apart. The life that I'm able to give my daughter, and this is not monetary, this is just the existence of me being a father. My grandkids don't have that. Because my son ain't never come back.
Gotcha.
So you're left with pieces.
Gotcha.
You know, so sometimes mentally, people expect you to be on. But I wear a lot. Because mentally, I know if my kid was here, the advantages my grandkids would have. Because I know what type of guy he was. He emulated the father he knew.
Okay.
He was a hard worker, 2 jobs.
I think I feel like I look at I would be more negative, I feel like, because you say it was a hater, and then now you talking about still trying to save people, change the people who are on the wrong path, keep them on the right path. I wouldn't feel like I would have the energy to even want to put into, you know what I mean?
It's tough, man. It's tough, but, you know, when I don't feel like doing it, my grandmother used to always say, like, be careful how you treat people because you don't never know when it's Jesus. And so when I look at somebody that's misguided, I might not even be in the headspace to do it. I may not. But then words should start to flow. And I'm just trying to plant seeds in a mind, that praying that somebody will come and water it.
Real talk. I definitely appreciate you for coming through, man.
Hey, man, anytime, man.
We
Nerds
talked
Inc.,
about it, man. A while back, I was like, hey, because, you know, usually when you reach out to people, they, you know, like you say, they say yeah, but then they don't, which I don't feel the type of way. Because, I mean, I understand that everybody got their own thing they got going on. But then you still was like, hey, yeah, we're going to get it, man. When you want to do it.
Most definitely. Like, there's no platform I don't look at it like, oh, small platform, big platform. I look at it as you don't know where it's gonna go. I might look up and look at you, and then you on national television.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause that's how it worked. I'm honored that you asked me to come. That you thought that my story was interesting. I hope I ain't talked too much.
Oh man, you good. It was actually, I like that you put it together nice now. You had a little preclude and then started telling it, you know.
Yeah, I be into the movies like that, but just, my first love was acting, quite naturally. I did some things here, spotting there, this and the third, few things that did pretty good. But radio became the vessel that was used.
What was your what's your favorite movie out right now that you've seen recently?
I can't even lie, man. In this day and time, I ain't in front of a whole lot of a lot of movie screens. Even at home, like, I think about how much time I watch TV. I don't, like, most of the things that I watch, the content is right there on YouTube. So
True. What you watch on YouTube?
I got this phone, man. I just started watching this bail bondsman. I think his name is like Tank or something like that, out in Ohio or whatever. It just popped up in my feed, so I watched that. I watch a lot of documentaries.
Okay.
I definitely be on Netflix heavy with the documentaries because I watch a lot of Dick Gregory.
On YouTube, all his interviews. Yeah, he got a lot of them.
YouTube. I think, like, I watch too. I follow $1 Million Worth of Game, Gillian and Wallow heavy.
Yes, sir.
I love what they got going on.
You watch them on Instagram too?
I watch them on the gram too, and how funny they are. They remind me of me and Beanie, actually.
Yeah.
I watch, funny stuff too. Country Wayne, Spice Adams, Blue Young, Mr. Go 30.
Okay.
Like, I watch some folks. I like what's his name? E the Realist, him and his old girl, when they be doing thing. I think it's like Jack Boy or something like that, I think. But I watch him. I watch Bubba Dub.
You be
No, I be on it. I watch my main man, comedian A-Train, homegrown, bred and fed, but the boy done hit several corners of the universe. I'm proud of him. You know, that's my brother. So I watch his content, of course. And I pretty much stay in that. I watch some pastoring. I like to watch.
What pastors you watch?
So
TD?
you
mess
Jake's
with TD?
Jake's be on my timeline. I watch this cat too. I like his charisma, and he be talking to. His name is, I think his last name is Jennings. I watch the Star Report. So I had that wrong. That was Ian Nick for life. Is who I watch. E the Realist. I watch a little Vlad too.
Yeah, depending on who you interview.
Yeah, and then sometimes when I want to just like go to the hood, I look at Clubhouse and watch Whack 100 and how he be maneuvering in the room. That's funny.
Oh, I gotta follow you on Clubhouse, man.
Well, I'm not on Clubhouse.
Oh, you ain't got it?
No, I'm not on there at all.
You be watching
I just watch it on YouTube.
I got you.
Like YouTube.
You gotta be doing that live though.
Yeah, but I don't know how to catch it when it's see. I'm not into being a part of the conversation. I just like to hear the content.
You can go in there and listen.
Yeah. So,
the reason I say that because like when you go in, you can see like cause they got a little chat area on there too.
Okay, you can see who on there. So have you ever been in a room where Whack 100 was in? Mm-hmm. You have? Yeah. Did you unmute yourself and was like, hey, Whack?
No, so it ain't built like that. Like you gotta, it's like stages.
Okay.
It's levels. So like if you on a lower level, you can't talk. You can still raise hand. It depends on how they set it up.
Gotcha.
And they can still bring you up if you don't want to talk. You know what I mean?
Okay. But I'm sure if they on them different stages, they see different hands.
Yeah. It depends on how the room's set up.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it. I think you should get on it. Because you can still connect what you got going on to the Clubhouse. Like we can literally be on Clubhouse right now shooting this.
Wow. Okay. So I watch that type of stuff, and then anything that's it's empowering. I watch them.
What type of documentaries you watching though? Like as far as are you just watching history?
I'm watching everything: music, history, sports. I'm watching everything. If the person of interest, makes me stop and view it right then, I'm gonna just dive right on in. But on TV wise, I keep up with the Shy. And my wife actually got me watching like the Shy. I ain't gonna front. I stopped watching Power. Like I ain't watching none of the new Powers, the books, and I ain't watching none of it.
No P-Valley then.
Nah, my wife be on that. Her and my bonus baby, they watch that. But
yeah.
I hadn't dove into that stuff. I'm not really a fan of reality TV either.
Yeah, I like the old stuff. I like Real World and like the old reality TV shows.
I liked it. Like, so since I lost my kid, like I'm not a fan of watching videos where it's like violent crimes, black on black. So like, don't send me none of that stuff. Like, Gene, did you see this? I'm not gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Like, I lost a kid, so any of those the imagery with that, just it's a trigger.
Gotcha.
So I don't watch it. But I feel as though, and I might be in the minority when I say this, and I'm cool with that, but reality TV now is like crack cocaine then. The people who curated it, they're gonna make the most money off of it. But it's killing your people. And here's what I'm saying.
Mentally.
It's killing it because, it's the turn up scenes where they get this throwing hands. It's the images.
I mean, media, so
right.
It's pretty
powerful.
much it's pretty much just put it in their heads.
It's powerful, my dude.
Hey, I already know about that media, man. That's why like when you think about it, you know what? They don't even really need them. They got the music videos here. They got the reality TV right here. Then they got the news.
And if you watching this and be like, Gene, he green and he did. Say whatever you like. But until you lose a kid at the hands of somebody that look like him, say whatever you like about me. I don't care.
That's real.
I'm down for saving black lives. I'm down for us having a proper decorum against each other and not looking at us like we're the enemy. Like it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
And we got to stop being so desensitized to, man got killed. Oh, okay. Who killed him? Oh, Lil Ray killed him. Oh, okay. And this is the attitude. But then Uncle Charlie killed Lil Ray.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. It don't matter over here.
Yeah. It's the same.
It don't matter over here. And for those that live in the hypocrisy, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Well, if Uncle Charlie killed Ray, or Mike killed Ray, what we got? A dead black person.
But it should matter here more than here first. Because like you said, we're teaching
them how to teach us.
Man, protocol. Man, if you listen to this podcast and getting out of that, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I'm just giving it to you like I got it.
Hey man, that's real. He giving it to you the real.
Yeah, but man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. Shout out to Nerds Inc.
The Other Wise Guys podcast.
Shout out to the Other Wise Guys podcast. Man, thank you for having me, bro.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
Anytime you want a part 2, let me know.
We gonna definitely have to get that going.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm all about my money. I ain't got no time for nothing else. Safe to say, I'ma get this show into my last breath, no handout. When I hear and got it by my damn self. Remember I was broke, I told my brother all I want was what my jet off in the kitchen. Best believe he cook it like a chef. Stay down till you get it, and I stack my money tall as shelf. Please don't come up short up on my money, I am not a elf. Show a picture house with them choppers like Mike J, I be there. Serious when it come to my money, boy, I don't play no games. Tax him 35 for the pound because he was a lame. Gotta be quick on your feet, cause it's a dirty game. Lost my cousin Floyd this year. This shit ain't been the same. Got me on it loud in the jigger, just trying to numb the pain. Man, I'm so addicted to money, I call it Novocaine. No, I ain't chasing no liquor, I chase that money. 7 days a week, I promise no days off. I get it, man.
No days off, 7 days a week, I gotta eat. No days off, 7 days a week, I don't sleep. No days off, 7 days a week, bitch, I'm geek. No days off, cause I gotta feed my family. No days off, 7 days a week, I gotta eat. No days off, 7 days a week, I don't sleep. No days off, 7 days a week, bitch, I'm geek. No days off, cause I gotta feed my family.